types of foods if I can avoid it. But I'm not a radical about it. I'm not saying, oh, the GMO industry, they're just trying to poison everybody. No, no, I'm not that. But again, you got all these lefties out there complaining about GMO, and you got people like George Soros who are investing in it. Just saying. But that's okay, because Georgie boy is a liberal. But the point with George is he is a true liberal in the sense that he wants to be able to control. He wants to make the money. He wants to be the corporate juggernaut. He wants to be the wealthiest man on the planet with all the money and the power. That's what George is all about. I'm just... But the left thinks, well, because he's on their side, then he's on their side. And George is not on anybody's side but his own. Quite frankly, he's on his own side. And you liberals at best understand that, or else you're going to end up getting burned. That's usually the case. You have these wonderful, well-meaning liberals that think, oh, well, we just need to do this, this, and this. And then when the hammer comes down on everybody's head, it also comes down on the liberals' head, and they're surprised. And they say, but we supported you. And, of course, those in power say, we thank you. Now that we're in power, you're ours. That's what happens every time. Look at Hitler and fascism. Look at, Stalin and communism. All these wonderful... lower class and poor and lower middle class people. Yeah. We support you. We support you. And then once they got the power, like, you idiots. Thanks for supporting me. Now we're in power. We got the power. Now we rule over you. And the people are like, well, wait, where's our bonus? You don't get a damn thing. This is all for us, the elites. You're not in the elite club. Go back to your hovels and your pauper towns. That was true. That's factual. That's historical. Look it up. The same thing is going to happen to liberals in this country. The elites are going to, eventually, unless those of us on the conservative side are actually able to resist and change things, the liberals are going to end up, gaining all the power, becoming fully in charge, and then they're going to look at the rank and file liberals and say, thanks for making us elite liberals in charge. Now, go away. And you're going to be sorry. I'm telling you. Here's Newsmax. Report Hillary's server with mom and pop shop that lacked security. Now, I don't care if you are a total newbie when it comes to dealing with computers. You understand that there are things that you need to do to secure your computer, because there are things like, hackers and viruses out there. You know that. The neophyte knows. And if you want to say, well, she doesn't understand how computers work and all that kind of thing, she knows enough to know, one, that you should back up your computer. You should have some sort of security on your computer. Antivirus, anti-spam, anti-this, anti-that. And you have it encrypted to a degree so it makes it more difficult to hack. Well, evidently, which is really odd and really weird, for the Secretary of State, former senator, former First Lady, to not know what you would need, at least on a basic level, to secure your computer or your server. How does she not know this stuff? Well, it leaves one scratching their head. Well, she had to know. At some point, even if she did not know, at some point, being the Secretary of State and all the security that they have to go through for their, to keep their computer secure, how is it that she didn't know that? Of course she knew that. Even if she didn't know before taking office, at some point while in office, she knew that. She's not ignorant of those issues. But yet her server was with a mom and pop shop that was stored in a bathroom closet? What? The Denver-based company, this is from Newsmax, and this is not just Newsmax reporting this, but Newsmax, a Denver-based company that maintained Hillary Clinton's homebrew private email account during her tenure as secretary was a mom-and-pop shop that until earlier this year operated its business from a converted loft apartment that housed its servers in a bathroom closet, according to the Daily Mail, which interviewed former employees of the company. Plate River Networks, Platte, River Networks. Now, Plate River did not have security clearance to handle classified material. The chief spokesman for the Defense Security Service, part of the Defense Department, and the only federal agency authorized to approve private sector company access to sensitive or confidential material. So they didn't have clearance for this, nor would they have gotten clearance for it, especially if they're leaving, putting their servers that they're monitoring and maintaining in a bathroom closet. Now, the revelation, which will raise the most significant questions over security and over what checks Clinton's aides made about how suitable it was for dealing with what new transpires to be classified material, is deeply concerning to Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, chairman of the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. Well, of course, it should raise a lot of questions. I mean, you got to ask, well, wait a minute. Is this woman that big of a ditz? And if she's that big of a ditz, how the hell can she run an entire country if she can't even run the State Department? She can't even run her own her own Clinton family email server. I mean, she gives it to a company that shoves it in the closet in the bathroom in their apartment loft office. Their office, that's an apartment, according to the stories. I don't, look, I don't keep my computers in a bathroom closet. Do any of you out there keep any of your computers or your home servers or any of your backup systems in your bathroom closet? No, I don't know anybody who does. Let's just say they didn't even use the bathroom as a full bathroom. So there's not going to be moisture issue maybe. So if they're not using it as a full bathroom, okay, but still it's in the bathroom. And it is done by and put there and maintained by a company that does not and cannot meet the minimum security standards to be authorized by the only federal agency that is authorized to approve private sector company access to sensitive or confidential material. So in other words, her server was wide open all the time. So the question that came to Secretary Kerry, do you think the Chinese or other governments are reading your emails? Well, yeah, I think they probably are. Do you think maybe that they got a hold of Clinton's emails too and they still have them and they can read them? Well, yeah, I guess they probably can. And it was made easier because she wasn't using a secured server or system. Well, if that's the case, yeah, it would make it very easy for them to do so. Well, look, Kerry's out there admitting that, people are, other than people intended to read his emails are probably reading his emails. And yet we're not supposed to think anything of Hillary running around for 4 years. Who knows what she was talking about? I never sent any classified material through my own private server. Well, we're finding out that's a lie. Well, they weren't classified as classified then. Well, of course not, because nobody in the government knew you were sending them. Can I bring that down to reality for a second that I haven't heard anybody else mention? We've got this notion that all these wonderful 305 emails and counting have been labeled as having classified material in. Well, they were classified after the fact. Well, they were only classified after the fact because nobody who would be able to actually classify them knew that she was sending them. Do you understand that? So they found out after she sent them that she was using classified material. So they're going through and they're saying, oh, wait a minute. That's classified, and that's classified. And you want to try to, well, I didn't send anything knowing that it was classified. That's a bunch of BS. You're the Secretary of State. You're supposed to know what's classified and what's not. And you're also supposed to know that you're not supposed to send government stuff through your own home private server that's stuffed in somebody's bathroom closet. Am I making sense here, folks? Do you get it? So, if it's not the case that the server was not hidden in a bathroom closet at some mom and pop shop, why is it there now? Why did it turn up there? Why was it found there? No, we don't know where it is. Why is it there? I mean, all of this stuff is so damn shady, which is why I gotta ask. You know, if this were anybody else in the private sector, you people out there on the left would be calling for they need to be hung, man. They got to hang them. Hang them. They're criminals. Throw them under the jail. But now it's Hillary Clinton, and it's like, oh, well, she didn't really know, and she didn't intend for this, and she didn't intend for that, and she's really not at fault because all the people around her, they should have known and told her about it. Nobody told her. Well, she should have known. Actually, she did know. And then, of course, we have, all the wonderful information about, maybe her lawyers have a thumb drive with the backups of all these emails. That's a lot of emails. Now, but here's another question. I've asked this question. Well, wait a minute. Well, her attorneys have this thumb drive. Are they cleared to hold, secure, and view classified information? Well, lo and behold, somebody else is asking that question. Somebody in Congress would like to know if, how, when, and why Hillary's attorney got a security clearance in order to have the level of clearance to be able to hold, secure, and view Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails. Well, I don't know if how he got cleared or, clearance or when, or evidently nobody else knows either. So if nobody else knows whether or not this guy got clearance, it's safe to say that he doesn't have it, which means there's another law broken. And her poor attorney who should know better. It's kind of convenient how nobody under the Clintons' purvey of responsibility knows anything about anything. We all didn't know that this was the way it was supposed to be. We didn't know this was the law. We didn't know this was the rule. And you're going to say this about the lawyer too, I guess, right? Well, I'm not buying it, folks. I'm not buying any of it. And I gotta tell well, that sound only means one thing. We're out of time for tonight, so we'll be back tomorrow for Hump Day. I'm Rod Eccles. This has been the Rod Eccles Show. I'm out. We'll continue this, I promise.